Welcome to Chalk Talk, Danville Public Schools weekly news magazine. I'm Dianne Locker, your host. We've got an exciting show for you this week. It's an exciting show and an exciting time for Danville Public Schools. This is going to be the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new precision machining lab here at George Washington High School. And I have Dr. Jones here with me. And Dr. Jones, this has got to be an exciting day.
It's indescribable. This is a very exciting day, but I think for me personally, I'm most excited for our students to have an opportunity to be involved in something as cutting edge as this will be.
We have all types of machinery around here, and no one's working on it right now because later on as the classes start is when they will start working on it. And we have a lot of people coming in today, a lot of people from the community, just to help us kick this off.
We sure do, and this is really a historic event because, again, Danville's had this rich manufacturing legacy. We're embracing the future of manufacturing through this lab, and to be a part of that and to have the type of partnership we have in our community to make this happen is significant for us.
I think it's wonderful. Let's now go to some of the events that are going to be going on here today.
So we have the governor coming today. The governor is coming to do the ribbon cutting actually for this program, and Secretary Todd Haymore, who's a graduate of George Washington High School, will also be joining the governor, as well as a number of other dignitaries. So we're excited.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm here with Fred Webb, the Executive Director of the J.T. Mini-Mod Charitable Trust. And Fred, you're here today to help us kick off this wonderful precision machining lab. But J.T. Mini-Mod Charitable Trust has a part in this, don't you?
We do indeed. We helped out at the very beginning with a $160,000 grant that was the matching part of the bond that they got to finance the project.
I talked to the superintendent earlier in an interview, and we were talking about how the community has played such a large part in what we're celebrating here today. And this is a perfect example of that.
Oh, exactly. I think the trustees were looking to give the students in the city the same opportunities that the students in the county have had for years.
But I don't think we can pass up the fact that this is a good economic development tool, too.
It is indeed. So the school board can get the kids in the city excited about a golden opportunity to be able to make some good money in a profession that DCC seems to be able to churn out very good students with very good pay.
Well, let me take this opportunity on behalf of Danville Public Schools to thank you for the part that the Charitable Trust played in this.
Good deal. We appreciate it, and just look for good things to come.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right.
It's an honor and privilege to be back in Danville, and really an honor and privilege to be back at my alma mater, the greatest high school in the Commonwealth of Virginia, George Washington High School. And if the governor will allow me a point of personal privilege for a moment, I get to do something with him always. It's an honor and introduce him, a guy who needs no introduction. So you can wait just 1 second. Appreciate it. Having graduated from George Washington High School 30 years ago, class of 1987, followed the Eagles over the years, got to come back. I see my old government teacher, Q Jones, sitting back there. I think I addressed Q's class a few times after leaving. I guess I probably addressed your class a few times while I was sitting in it, too. Sorry, Q. But having my father here, H.F. Haymore, is also with us today. Dad, thanks for letting me go to George Washington High School. I do appreciate that. But how proud I have always been to say that I'm a class of 1987 graduate of George Washington High School. And as this event was leading up today and finding out what it was all about, that pride that I have had over the 30 years was just elevated to another level. Because I can tell you, when I was here 30-some years ago and walking in and out of what we used to call the VOTEC building, the stuff that's going on in there today is light years away from what was going on here 30-some years ago. So Now more than ever, I am so honored and proud to be an Eagle, George Washington High School.
Tory, you're one of the students that's going to be the inaugural class. Much was said about it today but from the governor and everyone else. Why did you decide that you wanted to be in this class?
I took this class because it can really put a bright light on my future. It helped me with going to the military, going to the Air Force, being an engineer, knowing things engineer doesn't know. Being a machinist, I know what they don't know. So it's a blessing for me to take this class, actually.
Now, are you excited about all of this equipment in here? I'm amazed at all the things that are going on. Are you going to learn how to operate all of these?
Yes, most like all of the machines in here that I will learn to operate each and every one of them.
Now, what grade is your grade level?
I'm 11th grade. I'm a junior at GW.
Now, what is it? I heard you mention the military. Is that what you want to do after you graduate?
Yes, ma'am. Going to the Air Force when I graduate.
Well, congratulations on being one of the first students, and this is going to be an exciting year for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I don't think there's anyone in the room happier than me today, except these non-students here, because the role of the superintendent is really simple: to serve, and to serve our future leaders. So I'm honored to have the opportunity to serve in that role. I am extremely thankful to the school board for their support and for city council. You know that I'm a big talker. They know that. I believe we ought to make investments that are bold. And this is an example of the type of investment we should be making. So in 2014, Danville Public Schools began collaborating with Danville Community College and the City of Danville Economic Development Office to establish a precision machining program with Danville Public Schools. It became clear that this opportunity would be extraordinary and one that would result in preparing our students for real-world career training for high-paying jobs in a fast-growing market. Students will learn to operate some of the most high-tech equipment in the world, in the only lab in the state of this kind, while acquiring skills they will need to work in cutting-edge industries across the nation, but especially in our own community. In March 2017, renovations began at George Washington High School to convert existing classroom spaces into new state-of-the-art precision machining lab. On August 9th, 2017, Danville Public Schools welcomed its first class into this exciting program. Students will complete 2 years of training in Danville Public Schools and transition to Danville Community College to finish their degree. The investment in precision machining program is historic in that it honors this community's past as a manufacturing giant while investing in its future. This lab is an investment in the future of manufacturing and its evolving technologies for our community. On behalf of the school board, city council, citizens of Danville, and most importantly, our students, we are grateful for this investment in this cutting-edge program and others that will be forthcoming, like IT.
Sandro, you're part of the inaugural class for precision machining here at GW.
Yes.
Now, how did you make that decision that you wanted to get into something that we've never done before?
So I decided to get into this. First of all, my dad is an engineer for EP, which is another company in Danville. And so I've seen him work with machines before. So I got interested, and I did some research once I heard about the program. And this is a great step to go into engineering from there. Because these machines, you learn how to make the parts for the machines that you can build as an engineer. So I thought it was a great step for this, to get this degree and then go into engineering.
Didn't you find it kind of exciting today, listening to the governor and everyone talk about the importance of this program and how it is unique to the state of Virginia?
Yeah, I thought it was wonderful. I think it's a great idea to allow high schoolers earlier opportunities to get degrees for certain programs like this. This is a wonderful thing. We're mature enough to learn this, so I believe that you should implement these more in schools.
Now, what's your grade level?
11th. I'm at Galileo, but I come here for the first 2 periods of the day, and we have 4 period classes.
Now, what are you going to do when you get out of school? I think I already know, but I'd like to hear you say it.
Well, I would start working and hopefully also try to go back to school to get more of an engineer degree also.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be engineering. Thanks, and
You're welcome.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alexandra Reddy and I'm the Beta Club president here at Galileo Magnet High School. Let me tell you about Beta Club. Beta Club is a national academic club that focuses on community service. And in fact, our motto is let us lead by serving others. So every month, the Beta Club here at Galileo completes a service project for our community and also for our school. And then in February, we travel to the state convention where we compete with other schools in the areas of English, science, social studies, talent competitions, and it's a really awesome experience. But I also have the honor of being the Virginia State Beta Club president, an election that I won back in February at the convention. So this means that I have to travel to at least 2 other state conventions this year. There's North Carolina, South Carolina, all across the country that I am able to travel to. So I'm very blessed to be the state president, and I'm excited for what the year holds and making Galileo proud and making Virginia Beta proud.
But it's an honor to be here today. This is really something special, very important for all of us. And to go get that tour that we just had in the Precision Machining Lab is truly extraordinary. This is the only facility like it in the Commonwealth of Virginia. No other high school has anything like it, and I've traveled every city, town, and county in this beautiful Commonwealth. This is very unique, and I want to congratulate. I want to thank the mayor, and I want to thank the board. I want to thank the superintendent. I want to thank the president for all the great work that they've done to make this possible. As the secretary mentioned, this is critical. We're in a very unique position here in Virginia. Our unemployment rate, as Todd has mentioned, has gone all the way from 5.4 to 3.7. We're getting close to full employment here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Our unemployment claims, I announced last week, hit a 44-year low, lowest we've had in 44 years. Our problem in Virginia today is that we have too many high-paying jobs that we cannot fill. I've talked about this over and over in many different sectors. I've talked a lot about cybersecurity. We had a great announcement at Danville Community College. They are now a cyber center of excellence. I just announced at Thomas Nelson. We now have 17 in the state. We today have 36,000 open cyber jobs in Virginia. Parents and students, the starting pay is $88,000. You hear me? Open today that I can't fill. Now, I either fill these jobs or these businesses that we've worked hard to recruit from all over the globe, they will go to another state. So that's why what we're seeing here today, what we call middle skill jobs, right now, 49% of the workforce of Virginia and other states around the country are in this sector of jobs. And yet today in Virginia, we're only training 39%. So right off the bat, I got a 10% gap that we need to fix. What we're doing here today at George Washington High School is truly extraordinary because all of these students now, and I want to congratulate, let's have all 9 stand up who are in our first class. Let's give them a great round of applause. Thank you. They're leading the way. The first 9, and we can get 20, which we will get next semester. But this is important, filling these jobs that exist today. Our economy is strong here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The Secretary mentioned sequestration. Unfortunately, I was briefed by the Department of Defense just the other day. It looks as if we will be operating under a continuing resolution at the federal government level for another year. That means that sequestration stays the law of the land. That means we'll see $100 billion worth of cuts at the federal government level. It is insane to be cutting our defense budget like this, but it looks like it's going to happen now. That will have a huge effect on the Virginia economy. That is why doing what we're doing here today, to diversify that economy, and all of these jobs that exist out are so important. That's why last year I put $1 billion working with the General Assembly in a bipartisan way to reform all of our high schools, $1 billion in K through 12, the largest investment in the history of the state, totally redesigning how we do our high schools, and we're working very closely with the superintendent. This fall, starting in Virginia, the only state in America, when you go to kindergarten, we start teaching cybersecurity. We're the only state in America doing it. We had 39 cyber camps all summer for students to learn these new skills. All of these different level jobs we're trying to fill, and that's why today is so important. So I wanted to be here. I've had a great visit. We stopped at the Subway when we landed, had a great Subway sandwich. And now over here was great, terrific. That steak and cheese, you can't beat it. And a soda and a bag of chips, $6. It was a bargain. But we have been here a lot in Danville for a lot of announcements. I want to congratulate all of you here today for what you have done for Danville. I want to stand up, our great delegate, Danny Marshall. Stand up, give him a great round of applause. Now, we always don't agree in the governor's office and sometimes with the General Assembly. Not always, nor should you always agree. But I'll tell you this, we always do agree on economic development. We agree on education funding. We agree on fixing transportation. And that's why Virginia is very unique, where the federal government can't get anything done today, can't even get a budget done. The federal government gets to print money, and they still can't balance the budget. But we do that here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So I am so proud of you 9. I'm going to be proud of everybody after that. But I hope what we've seen here, once again, Danville is the leader in the state, taking this to the next level. Congratulations to you and to everybody involved. Thank you very much.
Telly, this has been such an exciting day. I heard a lot about GW in there, heard a lot of cheering for GW, and here at the school system, we always like to hear that. But I think it's very important that we make that connection for the community between economic development and what is going on here today in opening this machining lab.
The most important thing to an industry is, can I find qualified, skilled workers? And so what our job in economic development is to make sure that we recruit industry and we help grow industry here. And what we are excited about is that now when we bring guests in our community to consider locating or building a new factory in Danville, we can take them right into schools like this GW program, like the Pennsylvania Career Tech program, and they can see the students learning on the latest technology, the latest machinery, and they can see their future workforce right here. That gives them confidence to locate here. And ultimately, it provides wonderful opportunities for employment for the citizens and the students in this community.
I was going to say, it gives our students employment to let them stay here.
Absolutely. They can choose to stay in this area, and they, on average, many of those salaries are $20 to $25 an hour, and going on up, the farther they pursue the program beyond GW and community college and ultimately the Gene Haas Center, the greater their earning potential is and the more opportunities for employment they'll have.
Well, I think, and I've made this point in every interview I've done today, is that how the community has come together to make sure this happened. And you could see after some of the speeches today, we had the state involved, the governor was here, economic development was here. We have the city council that put so much into it, organizations like JT Minimod who have helped fund this. This is really a community effort.
Absolutely. Together we can accomplish great things, and we have to, we're determined that we're not going to let our silos and egos and all those things that separate us keep us from making progress. We're going to put all those things aside, and we're going to agree to work together, because ultimately we can accomplish, all of us, we can help each other accomplish our goals if we work together, and that's what it's all about.
It's exciting too.
It is very exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the thing is, what's very impressive about today is the people that are here, not only the notable people that you talked about that are here, but the community people that are here today to celebrate something that is really unique, not just for Danville, but for our state.
Exactly.
And that's the important thing.
This is a one-of-a-kind, and speaking of the people that were here, it's been a one-of-a-kind type of cooperation between a variety of people, city council, school board, the community college, DCC, economic development. So a number of people have collaborated to bring this to as a reality for us in Danville Public Schools. And let me just mention, this is housed at George Washington High School, but this is accessible for students that are in high school in Danville.
When you talk about the students, I interviewed 2 students. One is based here at GW. The other one turned out to be from Galileo, who comes here for 2 periods every morning to be part of this program. So it's open to all students in Danville.
Well, if we have a resource that is available to students, we should make it available to all of them, not an exclusive group of them. So that's the idea, is that as we expand career and technical education programs, it should be accessible to any student in Danville Public Schools.
Well, I want to say out to everyone in the community, this has been a very exciting day. This was a big kickoff for a very important program, probably going to be one of the high points of our school year. And I want to thank everyone for being with us and hope that you'll come back next week because we've got so many good things going on in Danville Public Schools.